Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced and welcome to my home office. So this is where I work when I'm not on the road here in my home in Orlando, Florida. Basically, I get this nice homage to my inner child. And yeah, I always like nice little things for when I try to record video content so I can get different angles. But this particular video that I'm recording right now is a part of an experiment for additional content that I plan on making. So I've been doing a lot more video content. So if you've been following me on YouTube or LinkedIn, you've probably been seeing that I've been posting like a video every day. And I'm trying to make them a little bit more like interesting and enjoyable, trying out some different editing styles. So I'm going to try a workflow that I've seen other people do that seems to work pretty well, where basically you record a video in selfie mode like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'll be able to pass this off to my AI agent. In this case, I'm going to be using Claude specifically, although I scaffolded this out in a way that any agent should be able to handle it. So I have like all sorts of different agents running on my laptop at any given time nowadays. But essentially it'll take the video, create a transcription, and then based on that transcription, create a cool sort of video background to kind of put this selfie video in, sort of as a companion to make a more full, robust 16:9 video. So we're gonna see how that turns out. When you see this, you'll be seeing the end result of that workflow. This is just me continuously trying to see how I can push AI to do really cool things and really interesting things to sort of enhance the voice that I'm trying to get out there and basically allow me to educate more people in more ways, in more places. So this will be sort of an interesting experiment. But on that note, I'll talk about a few other things that have been going on. I've been playing with all sorts of different AI agents. So I just finally installed OpenCloud today, but I've been playing with Hermes for a while. Been trying out all the new sort of bot style agents. So if you haven't been following, sort of like the new trend is going from just AI agents that interact with you through sort of a traditional sort of session-based chat. So basically there's no sort of, the agent isn't a writer or a video editor. Essentially every session is a blank slate, and then you can kind of prime the agent for that session. Or, they rely on your agent.md or your claude.md for guidance, but generally every session is kind of a blank slate. Now, what's been happening now, first started with Buzz, which came out of co-creators of Twitter, and then Grokbot, and then most recently Hermes just came out with their sort of bot experiment. So the idea of, instead of having different chats that just represent blank sessions, you actually have bots that have a personality. They are your book editor. They are your copy editor. They are your web designer. They have different sort of personalities and skills and whatnot. So they don't all have everything in their context window at the same time. And basically playing with that. So even the two harness, actually now there's a third harness that I'm working on, but I've been creating my own custom harnesses. So Loro, which is Spanish for parrot, and Mag Agent, which is for magpie, because the reason intelligent birds use tools, which like AI kind of fits together really well. So there's those, and actually I've built a lot of new features into those, not just this whole bot personality, but also sort of native graph engineering in there, where you can actually build graphs in a visual way, in a sort of Kanban board type interface. I've seen sort of become a thing. So that's cool if you want to check those out. And then I'm building another one, Merced AI. That one is more of a harness of harnesses. So this is more taking on the idea of things like Tracer and Tree 3 code, where basically instead of creating your own harness in which you plug in an AI model to, but essentially instead what you're doing is you're creating a harness around harnesses. So essentially, instead of you connecting your Claude models or your OpenAI models, you're connecting your existing harness. So your Codex harness, your Claude Code harness. And this allows all those different harnesses to work together, to do different tasks in tandem. So that way you don't have to be bouncing between different harnesses to take advantage of the features that are sort of custom built for these models within their sort of custom harnesses. Again, I'm not the first person to do that. So projects like Tracer, T3 Chat is doing that. But Merced AI is going to be sort of my own attempt at that. That's going to have sort of the bot-like interface, the graph, because I've built a spec for sort of interoperable graphs between harnesses and interactive profile bots or bot profiles between harnesses. So my goal is to kind of help implement these specs and encourage other harnesses to start implementing these specs as well. So that way you do have the ability to have interoperable graphs and interoperable bot profiles across different harnesses. So these are the things that have been on my mind lately. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe to my newsletter on Substack. You can find all this stuff over there at alexmerced.com. Thank you very much. Have a great day and enjoy.